Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's reads. This is YouTube channel James 13 Wicca. If you see it somewhere else, it's not correct. This is the wrong one. The main tarot I'm going to be using are the Gilded Tarot Royale by Chiarel Marchetti, text by Barbara Moore. On the bottom here is the website llewellyn.com, which seems to glare. Hopefully you can see it, or it focuses for a second at least, if you are interested in that deck. Supportive Oracle cards is this one. Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. This is the Watkins Publishing. WatkinsPublishing.com is the website. And in the maroon color you can see Tori Hartman's website. I want to say it's ToriHartman.com. Yep, right there. And for the dice, I use a 22-sided dice for the major arcana, substituting 22 for 0 for the Fool. 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and for the element of the minor arcana, I use a 4-sided dice. MathArtFun.com is where I got it from. It's called the Dice Shop for the dice. Alright, that being said, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Okay, I think we're all ready. Let's get into your reading. Hello Pisces, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for when you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Pisces? I didn't think it was that bright till I just saw it on camera. Hopefully it's not too bright for y'all. Oh. So, is there anything really bad here? I don't know that there's really anything bad here. Not that we... I'm sure you're crushed. I'm sure you're crushed. Oh, there's nothing bad, well, why bother watching? No. I'm saying that because I'm seeing the stress card here, the Nine of Swords. There's a lot of stress. And there's a lot of, like, what's going on here? Why is this happening? Something is rebalancing in your life, and it's uncomfortable. Definitely uncomfortable. The way it's happening, it may feel like this isn't right. And I'm not going to, like, I'm not, bucking against that, saying it is. I'm not saying that at all. But whatever it is, something needs to rebalance in your life, and this is how it's going to be the most effective, I guess. Something is rebalancing. And I do get that it's been coming for a while, whatever it is. I get a couple cards here that are just, the grief card shows up, the facade card shows up, the rejection card shows up. These aren't really necessarily bad cards. These are sometimes necessary cards to see what's really going on and to move forward. And I get that there's a lot of, like, pressure here, or the feeling of pressure, like this isn't how I want this to go. This doesn't make sense. How do I stabilize this? I want to stabilize this as soon as possible. And stability is coming. It is. It's just in a weird place right now. The stability you haven't discovered yet is yet to show up. It's kind of like you got the King of Pentacles hiding behind the Page of Cups. It's kind of like stability is yet to show up. It's there, it's coming, but it just hasn't been there just yet. But whatever's happening right now is creating a new stability for you. But I keep getting like, yeah, but this isn't what I wanted, and this isn't really my choice, and I feel like I don't have any choices. I feel like I'm kind of being railroaded into something. But they're saying there's something new coming in your life. You wanted something new. I feel like you have wanted something new, but I also feel like, well, the way this is happening, I don't feel like this is right. Like, I keep getting that energy, like, I don't feel like this is right. Things are, like, very random. There's a random energy here. This grief card, like, whatever's happening, something recently might have happened that's really unsettling, distressful maybe, unsettling at the very least. And it's kind of like, I didn't like that. I keep feeling that, like, oh, I didn't like that. I don't like that. And it's this, whatever happened is created some grief, but it just happened out of nowhere, and that's like the basis of the restability. It's creating some restability here. It's coming forward. I feel like I don't want to wait for it to stabilize. I just want it to be right. I just want it to stabilize now. There are other people around this situation. Okay, you may have people leaving your life from what's going on right here. Whatever's happening, you might have some people leaving your life because of it. But I'm also getting that maybe that's not a bad thing, because I'm getting this. Complacency, like knowing something isn't right and still not doing anything about it. Maybe feeling they couldn't do anything about it. People around you who don't support you or won't do the right thing or at least have your back, maybe they're not bad people, but they're also not good people to have around. Especially if you every now and then you need somebody to have your back. It's better to have people in your life that have your back. And I'm getting like the facade is coming down with a lot of people. A lot of things are changing. That is going to create some stress. This is going to be another level of like, well, I don't like that. But it's more honesty, like, I don't like the fact that people are like that. If they're going to be like that, they need to be removed. It's for the best. You don't even have to really react to it, is what I'm getting. You just got to be aware of what's happening and why. Because there are going to be some people leaving. Something new is waiting to come in, and I get that. You got this Two of Cups waiting to come in. And they're saying, just realize that something really good is coming for you after this, but we got to clear out what doesn't work. Sometimes, sometimes things aren't perfect, and that's fine. It's not like we're striving for perfection. But there's a difference between, accepting people who aren't perfect and accepting people who are problematic or toxic in your life. There's a difference. Maybe people don't have to be perfect, but they're not allowed to be toxic. They're not allowed to be problematic to you. So, you know what I mean? Like, when I say not perfect, like every now and then maybe you have a disagreement with a friend or a relative and you just see things differently and it gets really uncomfortable. But afterwards you can talk it out and be like, all right, this is why I felt this way. This is okay, you felt that way. And maybe we still don't agree, but we're not going at each other. Toxic is people who treat other people really badly. This is one example, and just will not apologize because they really still feel like they're right. I can treat you like I want to treat you because of this reason or that reason. Or I don't have to apologize, or I wanted it so I can take it. It doesn't matter if you bought it. I wanted it so I can take it and I have every right because of this reason or that reason. Those are the toxic people. That's not acceptable. That's not something to go, well, nobody's perfect. No, that's a toxic behavior. We don't accept that. We shouldn't be accepting that, in my opinion. So we got new people coming in. We definitely have new people coming in, but we gotta, for some reason, there's old energy here that's kind of, maybe it's been given a chance. I actually kind of feel like whatever the energy is that's leaving, it had an energy, it had a time, it had a period of moments where it could have done better. There was a time where they could have done better. And maybe this is why it's clearing out now. Maybe you have given these people a chance to do better. Maybe you have given them a chance to look at what they're doing and realize that just because they don't want to fix something, that they can't just ignore it. They need to fix something if they expect to keep higher quality people in their life. It may have come to the end of like, well, they had enough time to figure it out. At this point, if they haven't fixed it, they're probably not going to during this life, so it's time to move on. They have been given a chance. I feel like you've given these people probably many chances, whoever's leaving. I'm a Pisces. I've been raised by a couple Pisces, blah, 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 blah. I do think that Pisces give a lot. We give. There is a catch-22 with Pisces, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But like once we realized the people we're giving to, once we realize that love we're giving is not reciprocated and literally they do not care about us, I feel like that's when we're able to go, okay, bye. Maybe it's just my opinion. Maybe it's just something I've noticed in my life and the Pisces that I know. Once we see it from in that viewpoint, we're like, oh my God, they don't care about me at all. Like, no matter what happens to me, they're never going to have my back. They're never going to look out for me. It's just what I can do for them. And when I can't do for them, they're just going to throw me to the side and act like they don't know me. That's a version of like you don't love me if that's how you feel about me. If that's how you treat me, you don't love me. And once you realize that, you're going to be like, I don't know why I'm hanging out here. Why am I standing here and doing this? Why am I putting up with this? There's no point to it because if there's no reciprocal, I was going to say reciprocity, is that a word? Am I saying it right? If it's not coming back my way, if I'm giving, and they're not going to give anything back, if there's no give and take here, reciprocal energy, if there's nothing like that, that's not right. I can't do it. And you're going to move on. This is where I see the rejection card. Like, wait a minute. Why am I sticking to this? Why am I hanging out with this? If it's just what I can do for them and nothing what they can do for me, that's not right. It's not selfish to want things back in return. It's not selfish to have people look out for you the way you look out for them. I've seen people weaponize this in a weird way before, in the sense of like, so for example, say when you go to a picnic, you show up early, help set up, you actually even make a couple dishes, you help break down, you help take things away, and you're known to do this. And then something happens and you're like, hey, my birthday's coming up and I'd really like to go here for my birthday. And they're like, oh, I don't like that place. I'm not going there. Why are you so selfish? And don't expect me to pay for your dinner either. And it's like, I wasn't asking you to. I just wanted to go to this restaurant. Well, I'm not going there. Find somebody else who actually gives a shit. It's kind of like, okay, you bend over backwards for them. You're always there for them. But when you want this little thing, they're like, forget it. I couldn't do that. I wouldn't bother with you if I tried. Like, it's realizing that energy is there, and I'm making it very blunt there, but it's kind of like sometimes we have to kind of slow down, kind of pull back and realize I only want little things and they can never give it to me. But anytime they need something, I'm expected to bend over backwards and do backflips. Like, and I'm not even a gymnast, so what's up with that? So it's by identifying that might make it easier to let go of that energy. Something new wants to come in. Something really good wants to come in. You have to let go of what's not working. It's blocking the good energy. Another reason I'm getting, as long as you don't get rid of that old negative toxic energy, you're accepting it. And as long as you're accepting it, you're not able to go up to that next level and accept better. As long as you're accepting less, you can't accept more. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it almost feels like notes on a scale. It's kind of like, it will clash with your song. It will not work. As long as you're accepting this lower level, you can't have this lower level and the higher level. It's one or the other. As long as you're accepting the lower level, that's what you're going to get. People that have a higher level aren't going to put up with it, and they're going to kind of question, like, why are you putting up with it? They don't put up with it. They want you to come up where they are, and if you're not going to come up where they are, they're going to just be like, well, that's your decision. I'd love for you to come with me, but I'm not going to stay in that energy. It's a certain level. It's a certain feeling. You got to let go of what doesn't work so you can get something better. It's part of the situation. Is it good? Are we good? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.